All right, welcome back, everybody. We're here with our Jesters match. I'm Patrick Glenn, and in the booth with me, none other than MH Patin Pengles.
Greetings, Patrick. Thanks for having me, and hello to everyone out there watching.
Oh, and look at that. We got a new subscriber already. Thank you, Courtney. Welcome to the team. So we got Nick Leick Jr. Will be our challenger today, facing off our reigning Jester, Ian Harding.
Ian.
Did I say Ian? Ian Harding. So this is his fifth week. So he's won 4 in a row, going for 5.
That's a pretty good streak. And I know Nick Jr. here is excited to play this match. He's been looking forward to it. He watched the match last week, and he told me privately that he's feeling good.
Yeah, and I was talking with his dad, Senior. Said he's mentally prepared for this match, and they've been working pretty hard together. So
it says SR after his name, and Fon calls him Sir. Nick Leek, sir.
Nick Leek, sir, huh?
That's right. That's how he reads it, and he's like, oh, Nick Leek.
That would be Senior. So, yeah, my brother's actually a junior for my father, and he was never given the name Junior, like on his birth certificate or anything. It was just Michael Glenn, just like Michael Dominic Glenn, just like my father. And the problem
And his father before him.
Yeah. Well, when they got older, there was no way to distinguish, like, with bank stuff, and it got really confusing for a while. So, yeah, putting that Junior at the end of the name kind of helps. All right, so it looks like Ian won the lag.
Blast the balls wide open. Balls fly into pockets. Half the balls up table. That has to be considered a successful break. In fact, you couldn't hope for much more than that on a break shot.
Did anything drop?
Yep, he made the 3 ball in the side.
Okay.
And the first question really is the 5 and the 15. Everything else has pockets on both groups. I think the 1 ball sneaks. If it doesn't, that would put you stripes ahead of solids. But he's going for this first stripe, and he shows us that he's playing aggressive, which is good. He was, I believe, trying to bump that 15 out with his first shot and solve his problem. So that very first shot tells me, he is a guy that can be dangerous and is thinking along those lines. So you've got to break out stuff.
Absolutely.
First.
And he's been progressing well. As far goes, been going nothing but up. And as you can see, he's right at the cusp, right at the limit before he's about to get bumped up into the Knights division. And I suspect he's going to be a 500 probably in the next month or so, the way he's been playing.
And he's what? He's at exactly a 499 right now. So Nick Jr. here is up for a challenge. The Fargo rating doesn't mean nothing. The only thing that matters is who makes these 8 balls and wins these games.
Absolutely. You're right. He is tough on the 5. He's got to think about how is he going to get at that 5. He probably could get it right now, actually. If he came, the angle is right there. He just had to hit it harder. There is a bank shot on the 5 ball, though.
Yeah.
Banks nicely in the side.
And it's a double-edged sword, that bank on the 5, because if you miss it, you've opened up the only problem for stripes, which is the 15.
Mm-hmm. Ian's mom is in the house with us watching, as always. Donna, how you doing?
And the more balls he shoots, the more you've got to hope that he's going to continue and run out. So there has to be a plan for the 15 here. And I probably would have been tempted to take your shot, Patrick, and just shot it, just to get it out of there. And if it goes in, bang, you've got chances to get out. Don't want to leave it late. But he does have shots here. I mean, the 4 ball, if he gets on it, because he's got a shot on the 1, or he could shoot the 2 right now.
Yeah, I think the 4 ball is the only break ball that he has.
Yeah, and it could go. You could shoot it off the 11 and maybe send the 11 to go break him.
Well, now the 4 ball is a break ball.
That's not actually that terrible, is it? Because he's
blocking
put that 4 ball. Yeah, you're right, in a nice spot.
Blocking the 15 from everywhere, pretty much.
However, he has turned over the table to Ian.
Ian needs to get a nice angle on that. Was it the green ball up there? Was it the 13? Or the 14?
How long have you been playing pool, Patrick? The green ball is the 14.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to get a nice angle on that because that's his break ball, I think. Or he could use a 13 maybe.
Well, he could play the 11 off the 4, and the 4 will then go in and bump them. But he's actually, I think he'll probably...
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
He's ended up really nice there that he's so close. With this angle, he may play a power follow and skip the 4 altogether.
Hit the 5.
No, he's drawing. So what's the plan on the 15 here? Okay, he did. He stunned down into it. He wanted to just miss the 4.
Locked it up a little bit harder now.
Yeah, he gave it a chance. It didn't work out nice.
So he's worked himself into a point here where it's probably not going to benefit him to make a ball. Got to play some type of safe.
Yeah, you called it right again, Patrick. So it's not a super killer safe. Now Nick does, I think, have a shot on the 5 ball all the way down.
I think that 5 does go down.
And if this stop turns out nice, he's got an open table.
But that cue ball is going to go towards the top of the table, though. It's going to go towards that 14.
Oh, what a great shot!
But what's he got?
What a great shot!
The 4?
Deserves a little bit of luck here. Hit a nicely struck shot.
It's never fun playing. Well, could this go on the side, or you play?
Yeah, he's going to roll it dead weight in the side and just let the cue ball drift forward. Perfect. He's hit that absolutely perfect. He's got his options here. He can go either way.
Yep.
Probably the 1 first if he likes controlling this angle.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you get the right angle here.
It's nice and soft. Come off the bottom rail, 2 on the side. Perfect.
And there you go. I wouldn't call it perfect just because he's now got an angle where he has to negotiate a little kiss on the 13, I think.
Yeah, it is a little funny of an angle, actually.
Or can he draw even a kiss on the 8?
Pushed it out of the way nicely.
Importantly, he made the ball. He's got 1 more.
Made it a long shot.
A tester in the first rack. How's your nerve?
This will let us know right here. Because these are shots that can get into your mind right here.
Wow, excellent shot. Really good shot. So he's showing you he's up for this match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's first game on the stream. I mean, generally that's when you see some of the nerves, and Nick did not show any of them.
Yeah, and he had a chance. He had a choice because initially he was going to be scheduled for next week instead of this week, and they called him and said, "Look, I know Nick really wanted time to get ready mentally. You don't want to have this all of a sudden you get called in to play last minute."
Yeah.
And so he had the choice, but he said no. He'd watched Ian play in the last week, and Nick I think can see himself playing good in this match. So he's just got the right mindset for it, and I told him if that's the case, go for it.
So Nicole mentioning the past few weeks in a row here, 3 weeks, Ian has started off 0-2 each week. So that sounds about right.
Say that again.
Each week, Ian has started off 0-2. So he's lost the first 2 games. And then kind of gets his pace.
Well, he hit that break really good. Sledgehammer. I think it went right down the middle. It's interesting when you go right down the middle and you hit 8 ball and you hit it centrally. You've got symmetry in the rack. The left balls go one way, the right hand, and what happens is they come off the rails, and as soon as they get to a point where they cross the middle line, they meet their twin and collide with the ball that was their mirror image in the rack. And that's kind of what happened on that break there. You saw all the balls traveling around at sort of about the same.
So that's my break
with a mirror image.
Center ball break, and what I find is you typically do not make a ball with it.
Right, and I think that's the reason. So you don't see many people go absolutely straight down the middle. They usually go an inch to the left or an inch to the right.
That's what I do.
And that collision with its twin, which I just described, misses. Just that slight change of angle means the timing's off, like those corner balls that go 4 rails. They miss each other when they cross the middle line because if the timing's not symmetrical. So yeah, if you don't go down the middle.
So there's more chaos if you're offset. So is he going after this 2 ball right away. What is he doing here? 2 ball. Banking the 2. So still open table. What do you like here?
Well, has to be said, both groups have some good Nestle clusters. Down by the 8 ball, that's kind of equal. The 9 ball is potentially a good shot to break that cluster up, so that gives stripes away in there. And then up table, where you've got the 7 and the 15 throws together, that's probably a slight advantage to stripes because you've got an extra ball there.
And there's only 2 good starting shots right now, probably the 6 and the 14. Maybe the 2 ball. I mean, there's not a lot to start with here.
And I feel because that 7 ball is trapped and it doesn't have good break shots, especially after you get rid of this 6 ball, I think I prefer stripes. But they're both tough.
Who was he trying to kiss that 6 off the 5?
Yeah, he may have been, and break the 7 out.
Well, the 4 solids are still available. Nothing really you can do with stripes here.
Well, he does have a shot on the 15 on the stripes.
Or the 11. Does he?
And the 11, but I think the if the 15 goes, you solve that end of the table. So I'll shot that. But he's chosen solids. And it's tough to get that 3 ball out of there.
Saying he's got the 6 ball.
He's wasting no time, and he's
got it.
He is going at it.
Oh no! That could have rolled in.
I like that attitude. That's kind of how I like to go, especially early in a rack. Break stuff out right away. You're not going to safety your way into winning when you've got a real complex situation like that. That hasn't worked out nicely for him.
Yeah, and get your stroke, get it going for you.
But the reason you can be aggressive there is because if something like this happens, you still haven't sold out. There's enough complexity on your opponent's balls to know that you're kind of free here to go at stuff.
Ooh, this is like that Chris Melling kick shot. Or no, I'm sorry, Jimmy White. You ever see that Jimmy White kick shot?
Yeah, where he kind of massaged off the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Unbelievable shot.
Yeah, that was exciting.
It's like, it's a kind of magic.
Yeah.
All right, so stripes are looking a little bit better here for Nick, I think. I think he might actually have an advantage here.
Well, it's tough. The 10 ball is really awkward. And you do have a shot on the 9 to break out the 13, but you've got to make sure you solve your other problems first before you do that, because that becomes a sellout shot because you're breaking and opening up his table. And until you get to that point, though, you can...
Here he's got a nice little angle, possibly to get into that little...
That'd be a big stroke here if he's really planning on going into those, no.
Did not cut it enough. Yeah, this table is pretty tied up. I mean, there's multiple problems for, solids and stripes here. So how about that Queens match? I heard that was a bit of an exciting match.
Yeah, that went right down hill, right down to the end of that rack.
Came in, there's a big old crowd around the table. Yeah,
they both had 1 ball left and were sort of batting around for a bit and went for a little bit of a safety battle.
I was trying to watch it, but I was on my way in driving. I was just kind of listening.
He's going to bust these open right here. Good little tap.
Oh, got them all? Almost. Uh-oh.
He hasn't really got very lucky yet. He's played some good breaking out type shots, and you got to trust a little bit of luck when you do things like that.
Yeah, I think he's going to probably... Ooh, he's calling the kick shot here.
And again, he can feel safe but by not moving the 3 ball.
But see, why take the shot? Because even if you make it, you're not left with anything.
Well...
So why even attempt it?
Well, what would you have done, though?
I'll probably try to snick the 3 and try to get some type of safe going.
Well, here's the thing about snicking the 3. You open up the 13 as soon as you do that, and it's...
Yeah.
What he did is safer.
But
you know what I mean? Going at that and missing it is safe.
But he also risked ball in hand there.
Right.
You know, do you want to give your opponent ball in hand?
So yeah, we were talking about that exact same decision in the previous match where Tammy, she could see her ball, but both the potential bank shots were blocked, so she didn't have a bank, and she played a kick at it, and she gave herself a chance. She felt confident about it, and if you feel good about making that kick, you don't have to be scared of it.
Oh, we busted a 3 out. That's not going to be good. But he did not leave Ian a shot here, really. Unless he can do something with the 7 ball. Do you think you could? There's a little gap in there. You think you could cut that down in the corner?
Yeah, it looks like it's just slightly off angle, which is a good thing, which means you're playing it.
Oh yeah.
As a thin cut, and also probably a little bit like a masse, but
he's got the 5 too, I think. Possibly. Yeah, he's got the 5 ball.
And he's probably thinking he wants to bump into the 3 ball. Or maybe just dance around behind it.
Well, he's drawn.
That probably makes more
playing
sense. He doesn't want to bump into the 3.
Playing the 3 in the same pocket. Yeah, he's drawn on that.
All right, so key moment here for Nick. Looks like he's getting down pretty quick to shoot. Does that mean that the 13 is clear past the 8 into the other pocket? And if it is...
I'm looking at it. Does not look like it goes. Nope.
And what about the 8 ball now? Question for Ian.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
He's got a clean open. He's got a chance here. He's going to have to kind of go back up table to get the 7 after this 3.
Yeah, he's going to have to move the 13 at some point here.
And it's kind of a shame because if he'd played these balls in the other order, if he'd gone back for the 7, he could have used the 3 as his last ball. If it would have been tricky to get on it, but if you could, then because you don't have to break the 8 ball out if you can get behind it.
Yeah, because he's got to do 2 things here. If he's trying to, he's got to bust it out and get on his ball.
And 2 things really here is one thing too many. So he's opted for the smarter shot, which is get position on the 7.
And he has it.
He does.
But
I don't know. This 8 ball might go.
You think the 8 goes? Maybe if he gets. Yeah, I guess if he gets on. Yeah, you'd have to be pretty high on it, I think.
Yeah, you'd love to. You don't want to be up at this end of the table cutting it that way. The throw doesn't help this shot be more possible. You'd like to get just past straight on the other side.
Yeah, almost like if the ball was on the spot, the cue ball.
But because he's got so much angle on this 7 ball, he can't really draw to miss the 15. I think he's going to have to negotiate a kiss on the 15. And that's pretty much as good as he could have achieved there. So we're going to have get your finger on the replay button here. Because they should probably call someone out to watch this hit because it's going to happen very quickly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's going to be hitting the 13 and the 8 almost simultaneously. One of them is going to be a little bit first. That was a good hit. He hit it too thick, but you can tell it was a good hit. The difference between hitting the 13 and then the 8 or the 8 and then the 13 is the cue ball is going in a completely different direction after the shot.
Take a look at it
and
again.
the key to knowing that.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a good hit.
Yeah, because the cue ball, if it had hit the 13, would be traveling to the left of the table. Completely opposite direction for the cue ball. So you can. That's how you tell those. But that was a good little safety. Nick wasted no time realizing that.
Yeah,
he can play a tough safety and put Ian in trouble here. Ian.
All he left is the long kick or maybe a jump shot.
He's got a chance here at a very, very tough trick shot.
Jump bank? I wouldn't.
It looks like he's gone to get something out of his bag, so that probably means jump cue.
There'll be a jump bank.
Jump bank, yeah.
Unless he could jump and see if you jump and try to cut it all the way down, that ball's going off the table.
And he may feel more likely that he's going to get a good hit with this shot than he does
the long kick.
Up and down table. I have a tendency when the balls are close to that not to want to jump them because I just don't.
It's kind of a mind game because, like, going over the 15 ball, it's only half a ball, so you don't got to go up that much.
Yeah.
But the 13's also in the way, so you are going to have to probably pop that ball up a little more than you think you would.
There you go. He's called his pocket. Make sure that Nick knew it. See if he can clear these. It's not just about clearing these stripes because you have to have the cue ball stop bouncing so you don't lose it off the table. Look how steep he's coming down on this ball.
These are fun shots to take.
Look how low he's aiming on the ball too, like it's a draw shot.
We did get the hit.
Well, and he's got second prize. He's going to be happy with that result. He earned a little bit of luck there by hitting a good jump shot. He controlled the cue ball. He didn't lose it. He got over those balls, and so he achieved a lot of things in that shot. And the billiards god says, well, in that case, you deserve a little safety there. But still advantage to Stripes. And Nick's showing you he's not going to get desperate. He doesn't have to be forced into doing anything. He's got plenty of options here, as Stripes does. And yet again, Ian now is in a tough spot. When you have one ball on the table, you've just got to hope that your opponent gives you a shot and your opponent doesn't have to.
See, honestly, right here, Ian might just give him ball in hand. It's like, here you go.
Right.
Does him no good to move this 8-ball. I mean, he wants to keep that 8-ball.
He wants to get a good hit here. He wants to just roll onto it and still leave it there. So, well, he's hit that pretty hard.
Uh-oh.
That speed.
He got it. Oh, that was so good.
Didn't get a rail? Do you replay
Oh, no. It did not get a rail.
That's incredible. And he immediately conceded that, which is very honest of him. And it was that's one of those ones you can miss that. But so what Nick probably could do here, so he's got to decide what he's going to do.
Shot.
Now, is this really a bad hit?
Yeah.
No rail. Yep, correct, Ian. Good call. So I would say that shooting balls in here, unless they either break it out, doesn't help him. So he's already played a couple of good saves. Why not play another one?
Yeah, to try and get it.
Because as soon as his balls are gone, he's going to run out of options.
Yeah, so what he should have been trying to do here is actually park a ball right next to that 8.
Oh, so what he's done is he called a ball and made it. That's not terrible. 3 balls on the table is not too bad. 3 balls left on the table in a safety battle is definitely better than 2 balls.
See, Ian's just
and there you go. Ian understands this game and knows.
Take a soldier off the table.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why I wouldn't have wanted to shot any of my stripes in.
Well, here's the shot here.
Yeah.
I would bank that 14 and get it close to the pocket.
No, he's got a good shot here. Okay, so what I thought he was going to do there, if he gets separation between these balls, the 8 ball and the 10 ball when he shot that shot, and Ian gives him ball in hand, he's going to have a shot. Well, advantage, Nick.
Yep. That's not. So what I was saying is just park that 14 right next to the corner pocket, so you'll get ball in hand again, then use your 14 to bust out the 10. Just position your ball.
So he had ball in hand there. He hasn't worked very hard to get closer or easier on this 10 ball. And if he just shoots it straight in, no problem. You've got to make sure you don't hit the 8 on the way through.
Well,
and that's what happened.
Don't scratch.
With ball in hand, he could have played the 10 ball first. Or he could have used the 14 to get close to the 10, because that was a small pocket, a small window to get past the 8. And even worse, he scratched.
Yeah. Well, that'll tie things up. It was kind of a.
Ian survived that, so Ian knew that he was in trouble every shot there when he had that 1 8 ball left. Nick did get himself into a winning position, but he had.
I think you were right.
That temple was scary to me.
Yeah, he didn't really make the wisest of decisions, I don't think, on that ball in hand.
Yeah.
He should have got a little closer to his work, like you were saying, I think. But, whoa, Subkiss blowing up the chat. What's going on? How are things on the mountain today? I haven't caught up on the chat here. But, if everyone's out there, if you could go ahead, like, share, help get everybody on board here. Should have a good match. Ian drops the ball on the break.
So that's 2 successful breaks in a row Ian's had. Not in a row, really, because Nick broke in between, but both of Ian's breaks, he's shown you that he's spreading them well and leaving good layouts. And so stripes look lovely here.
My buddy Mike, my partner on Thursday Night League. Say hi to Jenny. Will do. You spelled it wrong again, though, Mike. It's Jenni.
He's done well there to get out to the center of the table. Got some options here. Because he's on the 13, I feel like I'd like to shoot it. The question you just got to make sure you find a solution to, and there's multiple ways to do it, is figure out how you're getting on the 14 and to which pocket you're playing. And that means either clearing the 9 ball so it goes on the side first, or clearing the 10 ball.
Where's the 14? Or are you talking about the 12?
The pink 12 is what I meant, yeah.
I'm like, I thought that 14 is down.
So obviously it does have pockets.
Well, yeah, once
but those balls have to get cleared out of the way first, so that kind of helps you decide what order you're going to shoot them in.
Yeah, I think once the 9 and the 10 are gone, the 12 will work itself out.
Right. But you got to get on the 10. So it's not automatic.
Does that 13 go by the 10?
Yeah, he's played it. Definitely does, because he played for it, and he's hit that pretty well.
It looks like it's a small pocket, or he'd have to really cheat it. Because now he's taking a set. I don't think he looked at it before he left himself for it. See if we can get another look at it. See if this is a better look here.
Yeah, it looks like a half a pocket. It does go. His body language tells you it because he's eyeballing it and planning on shooting it, looks like. But he's got I don't know if he just wants to sort of stop the cue ball right there. He's got a little angle, so he's got to do his best to minimize the drift on the cue ball.
I think this is a better angle
to get a shot on the 10, but he's actually following, so he's probably going to go down to the end rail.
Oh, he had a full pocket. Look at that.
He got a little bump on the 8. And even if he has a shot on the 12 here, it's tough to use it to stay on the 10.
Unless, can he hit enough of it to bank it or no?
Yeah, he definitely can hit enough to bank it.
So that's probably the shot. Because then he'll be able to hold it for the 10. But I don't know if he can cut it enough to make the bank. It's close. And if he does that, yeah,
soft with a little left-hand spin, and it kind of goes longer that way. It's really the softness. Here's the key to making this shot go longer: is as the 11 travels to the rail, it needs to pick up roll. So you have to hit it soft enough that the pink 11 is rolling by the time it gets to the rail, and then that roll and that spin will just roll it, bend it forward. And he's going to cut the 10 ball in. So if he hits this 10 ball absolutely pocket speed, where's the cue ball going to end up? It's traveling towards up table.
Yeah, this cue ball.
I don't know how soft you can hit this shot and still make the 10.
He's going to be at the opposite end of the table.
Yeah, and if it hit it thin enough, it'd have been even more so. You have to then concede, well, I need to hit it hard and go around the table. Problem with that is there's so many solids on the table.
And the 10 is blocking a pocket for Nick here. He may not need it, though.
No.
Yeah, see.
And so he's hit that well. I think he's automatically planning on.
Yeah, just follow this up a little bit. Get on the 2.
Yeah. Now, I know it seems a long ways ahead.
The 8 ball.
Yeah, you got to plan the 8 ball too.
Oh, no, Nick has blocked a pocket. And you can't bank this 10 because the 3 is right there where he needs to hit the rail.
There's a way to make the 10 through the 3 ball.
Possibly. Tough shot.
Yeah.
Or just block the pocket, but then you're kind of gambling there.
Yeah. And it's tough to play really safe because the 1 ball and the 4 ball, it's tough to hide him on both of those unless you freeze behind your 1 ball. But
when I play a ball through a ball, generally, if I'm not straight, I always mess that up. Like it'd be really hard to play this ball through that 3, I think. And
again, the speed is critical to this because in order for the 10 to go forward, it has to pick up again a little bit of forward roll. So you have to hit a soft note. It does, but that shot does offer him position. He can end up on the 11 in the same pocket. I think he's trying to freeze him behind the 8 ball and make the 3.
Fancy, but does not get it. Nick's got a pretty wide open table here.
And here's another question which came up in the Queen's match. We talk about those rules of thumb where you say the 3 ball's blocking the 10 and it's kind of your safety. So there's a general tendency to leave that till later in your run and shoot the other balls first, right? Just in case you miss.
No.
But the only drawback to that, and you have to understand, that sometimes makes your run tougher because you play them in an order that's not quite as natural.
Yeah, and you got to get the 3
I think you have to have you have to be aggressive and go for it. And so here we're coming to that situation now, negotiating this 3 ball out of the pocket.
Yeah,
he's now going to play a long combination.
I don't like using the 3 as my last ball for sure. Not at all.
Yeah, and if this works out, this could be great. It's really soft combination. Oh, that's just perfect. That is perfect. Replay that shot.
That'll work good.
That shot was the key to this run here.
He came a little long.
He did, and it's so it's funny. The psychology of playing a really good trick shot that gives you a chance, and you're still thinking about that, and you don't focus on the next shot. He plays that, makes it look like no problem at all. Manages to avoid the scratch in the side pocket. This combination really sets this up. He judges this shot really well. I think it was helped there that it snicked the 10 ball. Takes the lead, and he's playing aggressive. They both are.
So what do we got? 2-1 race to 7.
2-1 race to 7. Early days in this match.
And we are at the Mad Apple Burgers and Billiard Company, located on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. And we have an awesome tournament going on today, a big mini, being run by Chris G.
A big mini.
A big mini.
Is that not a contradiction?
A little big mini.
We got a big mini.
Yeah, well, it's pretty full today. I mean, I think 36 is considered full up, and
is that what it is today? It was 16 on Friday.
Oh, there's a lot more.
Double today in the 8 ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here today. Oh, we missed a break. Look at that.
Speak for yourself.
So, did anything drop? It looks like the 7's still spinning.
Yep. So I blasted him open and has
nothing dropped.
Opened him up for his opponent.
Solids look tempting. Stripes look pretty good too.
And Ian's already shown us that he plays some good, what I would consider good choices in the beginning of the racks in these complex, murky situations. He likes to bust them out early and roll the dice and give himself a chance, and I like that.
Yeah, I think he's going to go with solids here, is my guess. The way he's pointing at balls.
Okay, yeah, look at this shot here. If he's looking at kicking to the rail first. Well, he's considering all kinds of options here.
Well, if he's going to take that 3 ball, yeah, he'd have to play that shot first.
Right, with the open table, this is the only time to play that shot. And the nice thing about that shot, if he went down and had a good look at it, he might not just like the feel of whether it actually he makes it or not. But
I don't think that shot's wired enough to take.
What I like about it is then the 15 after it shoots the 3 is he busts those balls out in the middle of the table. But he's gone right into it. Didn't work out nice. He's showing you what he's thinking though. I like that shot. I like that shot choice. I have to say he was really unlucky that he didn't open up better.
Yeah, it's going to get tricky with the 1 and 4 ball because he doesn't have anything to bust it out with, really.
Well, and the problem here is now it's just towards the moment where you break down your run.
He's looking at that combo.
He is, because it's a way to keep going. And the red flags and the spidey sense goes off and says, if I don't make this, this is the shot that opens up all those stripes.
Well, this is what I like about taking this combo here is let's say he misses this shot. He's telling his opponent, you run out. You avoid all the traffic.
Well, yeah, and the saving grace is the 15 there. Stripe still has lots of balls down there, so I wouldn't. Oh, so he tried everything in that shot. He felt that he needed to break that 3 out.
Well, Solid's look really good right now.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Because the 2 ball went in front of the 11.
Yep.
And that really is now the key. Before Nick shoots a shot here, he needs to figure out what's he going to do about the 11.
Ooh, it's that. So that's going to give Ian a pretty good table here. Can he start with the 4 ball? If he can start with that 4 ball, I think you do.
Yeah,
because you're not going to get better on it than you are right now.
The question is, what about the 8 ball?
The 8 ball is...
So solids look good, except for the 8 ball.
Maybe he draws into the 8 right now.
I was thinking that. I was wondering if I don't know if he had the angle for that.
Uh-oh. Got a little funny there.
If he ends up not disturbing these, there is a shot where you play the 8 ball off the 13 into the corner pocket, past where the 3 is now. The 3, of course, would be gone by then.
The kiss.
So he doesn't. If you think about that and eyeball it and you just like it, you don't have to get crazy breaking stuff out here. But
so he just got enough room to get at the 2. It looks like.
But with the 3 ball down there, and the reason he didn't shoot the 3 is like we were saying, it doesn't make sense to open that pocket up.
That was really good speed on that shot.
Yeah, he's got his choices here, doesn't he? But that 3 ball, he may be thinking that he's going to use the 3 to get on the 8.
If he's using it,
or to nudge the 8.
See, that's a gamble. If he's using his 3 as his last ball and kind of the breakout ball,
yeah,
that'll be kind of a gamble.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And if you don't like doing that, what else are you going to do?
See, if he chooses to get on his 5, I think he'll be able to get on it. No problem. Good speed control again there. Uh-oh.
Well, he survived that. Yep, for a moment there.
I was like...
I think your uh-oh was, freeze behind the 12.
I thought I was going to go right onto it.
So how do you want to get on this 3 ball? What angle do you want on this 3 ball?
See how the 3 ball is just off the side of the rail?
He's looking at a line there, which is kind of straight.
See, I'd like get that cue ball about an inch off the rail.
Yeah.
About an inch off the rail.
So you're saying just roll this 5 ball in dead weight and let the cue ball drift to the side rail?
Yeah, maybe bump the rail and come off it. Like use that rail as like your bumper, your stopper.
Yeah, I think it has to, doesn't it? In order for the 5 ball to make it to the pocket, but the 5 ball...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he likes to hit it. So he's told you that he likes the same angle that you just said. It's tougher to get your speed right when you're traveling a further distance.
He's still pretty good here, though, I think. I mean, he's got to put a little more English on it, maybe. Or is he's trying to get? Look, he's trying to get behind it and shoot the 8 down in the lower right corner.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he was trying to get more straight on it, so he could just draw the ball over.
So yeah, he's got 2 ways. This could be a draw over, and you just have to really judge the speed right. Or you could even go real first, slowly, and it still go that way.
He's got a small window to do it.
And he got some help with the 13.
And that goes past the 14 and the 12.
Luck, fortunes, favors the bold. And
that was a very aggressive shot.
That might not have been the pocket he's playing for, but he's earned himself a chance to get lucky by hitting that the way he did. He's out. He's out. He's going at it. I think he's going to go for it on every shot, isn't he?
Oh. Well, we can take a look at the shot that he made to get on the 8 nicely. I mean, it got there, right? So, I mean, he's got the 8 all the way down right there. So that'll bring Nick back to the table. The 9, you got to get rid of the 9.
Yeah, and you're not going to get much better position on it than you are right now, so you might as well take it.
Yeah.
I would say remove from your brain any thoughts that, well, doesn't the 9 block the 8? Or in fact, it might not even, but don't make your run out tougher. Let's say that the best chance of you winning this rack is to run out here. But he's leaving the 9.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he's saying he doesn't have enough of it. He can't hit it thick enough or something.
Well, in that case, you just play safe. But Now we're going to find out if this 8-ball goes.
Not past the 9.
Not past the 9, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking there is a clever... Nope, that bank shot does not go. I don't really see a good shot here. You see anything, MH? Other than maybe a safety, try to get that cue ball behind the 10 ball and just give Nick a tough time.
Sometimes with that kind of angle, you sort of think, well, what about 4? And that spot he's pointing at on the rail, that's 4 rails. And he knows he's kind of on that. But what about these stripes being in the way of the path, including the 9 ball itself? You saw that spot he pointed to on the rail. He's going to thump this into the rail here.
So yeah, he was trying to kick that to the bottom right. But yeah, that was a double kiss shot. Because that was originally what I was looking at, but I was like, no, the 9's kind of in the way, or the cue ball will be in the way.
Safety. And in order to win this match, you are going to have to get yourself into a position where you feel confident shooting balls and running out. Because the safeties only gives you a chance to run out. You still got to do it.
And Ian's definitely capable of jumping here, so I don't know if that was the wisest.
Well, he didn't really have to play a safe. He's hoping to get ball in hand, maybe.
Yeah.
But like you say, that might not be likely in a shot of this kind of jump shot, which you kind of expect him to get a good hit.
Yeah, because Ian's capable of making. I've seen him make a few on the stream. Long table jump.
And he's going to give this a chance to go into the pocket too. He gets his good hit. So this position is no better than the one that Nick already had. Maybe the concern is, the 10 and the 14 throws together there. But where the 9 is and where it was before, you could bump him.
He can take care of that right now. Follow up on the 12, and then just play that 10-9 combo, and that'll open up his whole rack here.
Yeah, so this is okay because the cue ball kind of naturally goes down there. This may break these balls out or get him behind them. And he's ended up dead straight on this combination. That's good.
As long as that 13 doesn't... if it stays in the pocket, it'll be good. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, so you're saying he has to shoot either the 10 or the 14 into the side pocket.
Well, I think he could come around on 10 and just play the 10 in the same
goes,
pocket
that
as
makes
the
sense.
13.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Like, that's why you're saying when he initially played that safe, there was no... It doesn't really help him because he's given Ian a shot, and he could have ran out at that point. Oh, he came a little far. Now he's going to make things tough here.
Yeah. He's got to keep going, shooting at it because it's tough to imagine any productive safety here. So
he's trying to cut the 10. No way.
Yeah, he has got a cut shot on the 12 in the side pocket.
Yeah, that's the shot. I think he's got to cut it all the way down.
Very difficult to imagine it going safe anywhere on the table. He's
got to be careful for the scratch shot here.
He needs to make this ball.
Beautiful. Nope. And that'll tie things up. So there we have it. 2-2. Pretty close match so far.
Couldn't be closer.
No, it couldn't. That was a fun match to watch. King of the Hill with Kendall. It was going back and forth, and at the end of the match, Kendall kind of ran away.
Yep. And I told him after the previous week, if he survived and managed to win playing the way he did the previous week, it can only get better. And so he's gaining momentum. He played good against Cap. And next week, he's going to have to play good against Duncan.
The big thing, when I was watching the match, Kendall had 5 break-in runs in a race to 15. That means he's breaking and running a third of his matches, which is, it's very tough to beat somebody when they're playing like that. If your opponent's breaking and running a third of their matches, it's pretty tough.
Pro level.
That is pro level.
Well,
that is absolutely pro.
Is it? I mean, it's all about the break shot. I mean, who can make a make sure they make a ball and get a shot on the one.
I'll tell you.
In a third of their breaks.
I've been watching King of the Hill for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably only seen 2 other players break and run a third of their matches, if there was even 2 others.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty incredible feat, to say the least.
Yeah, and that's not even true of that Little John Sergio match, was it?
See, Little John was the one I was thinking of. I think he had 7 break and runs.
Wow.
In one of his matches. I don't know if it was against Sergio. It might have been one of his matches before, but I did see one night he had 7 break and runs. And, of course, Larry Neville, the infamous 7 break and runs in a row. He went 7 in a row where his opponent just sat in a chair just sat in his chair for an hour.
Yeah.
And watched Larry play, which was, that was awesome.
A joy to watch, I'm sure, unless you're the one guy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, so missing the opening shot there. I still like solids here.
Yeah, Ian's going to take solids.
If he's got a good shot at him. Not really the best of shots here. He might just decide to take stripes, but he's looking at the combo.
Well, he's going to be forced into playing this long combination.
There's Nick's dad chiming in the chat saying Kendall had some awesome outs. Absolutely correct. Oh, wow, look at that. This is going to be a combination rack here.
Nick Leick, sir. Does that mean I can see him over there sitting at the table watching his son
Nick Leick, sir.
With his wonderful wife there, Angel. Does that mean you're listening to us? How did he make that comment there? I don't see he's even got a phone in front of him.
He must be listening.
If you can hear me, wave your hand.
He's probably really into the match right now.
All right, Junior. Junior's got a chance here. Tougher, isn't it? You don't see this 12 ball that he's on. He may have a teeny angle on it where he could follow forward and spin over. I'm just trying to think if there's any way to help your 15 and 9 ball with this shot. And that's what he tried. Stun over. Look at that. He did well to get as much as he did there.
Yeah, that shot you're talking about, that's a tough shot. Like when you put a lot of power on that to keep your ball from rattling out.
Yeah.
That's just not easy.
Now he's got a problem here. Is there a way not to leave Ian a shot? Almost if he just shoots straight into 15 and draws the cue ball back to the rail.
Yeah.
You haven't left a pocket for any of the solids. It's not, he can hit the solids and he'll play a safe to himself. But you don't want to come up table and leave him nice shots on the 2 or the 6.
That's a good shot.
That's actually a very good result, because the 9 and the 15 are both makeable now. He's
and the only shot that Ian really has is at the 1 ball here. It's just playing safe right
trying
back
to get
and
to the
very
back side of those balls.
That's
He's hit that really well. That was a good shot. Couldn't hit that shot any better.
Yeah, so Nick's coming to the table with a really tough hit here.
Needs to get a good hit here. Otherwise he knows Ian's going at this run out.
And because he's right-handed, even coming off the top rail here to try to get the 15 is going to be a little tough because he's going to be stretching in a weird angle. Oh, is he left-handed?
Yes.
He is left-handed. Okay, so this won't be that tough for him then. Nick says, yes, we are on the tube listening.
There you go. There he is over there. A little wave. Oh, he may not be listening. What did he say?
Uh-oh, that's going to be a scratch.
Ouchie.
So, do you start with the 3 ball here? I think you do.
It's a good question, Patrick. Yeah.
I mean, it's going
really, because otherwise you've got to play some transitional shot to get up there.
I like he's using the angle.
And the one is a little awkward. So, you think, well, maybe I should.
I think he's playing for the 1 ball right now.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he's got it, though.
Well, he's on the one. Yeah, right.
I mean, that's the shot, I think, because it's going to be the toughest ball to get on. Now he's on it.
Yeah. I think he was trying to get to the side rail and have a shot on the 2. And from there, because the 1 ball does go into both pockets, you can use the 6 to get on it. But now, he's cutting this 1 ball thinner than he would like if he's got any hope of keeping the cue ball down there.
Yeah, which means
I don't know if absolutely dead weight speed he can still have soft enough that he can leave himself a cut on the 6.
Yeah, I think it's come around 2 rails to get on the 2. Shoot the 1, come around 2 rails. So you'd be shooting in between the 8 and the 9.
Okay, and that might make more sense. It's fraught with danger because of all the stripes in the table.
Yeah, it'd be too hard to hold for the 6 here, I think. You got to play for the 2. But you could overroll this shot very easy.
Yeah, and he likes to hit it with more speed.
Wow, was that a confident stroke?
It was, there? And he's earned himself a shot on the 2 ball there.
All right, so now all he's got to worry about is the 6 to the 8.
He gets down. He stands back up. His eyes glance forward. He takes a deep breath.
But where are you playing the 8 ball?
He's readjusted. 8 ball in the side. That was a little drag shot that was. He hit that with low ball, and then by the time the cue ball got there, all the draw had worn off, and it rolled forward nice. And that's pretty much exactly, I think, what he was trying.
Yeah, so he is going to play.
Unless he was trying to play a stop shot there, he would have ended up with a very similar angle.
I think you're right. He's playing the 8 ball on the side here. Nice and soft. Uh-oh.
Oh, and that's a perfect little kiss on the 15.
I was worried it was going to roll up onto the 9 there.
Yeah, that was risky there, but he survived.
No, nice looking out there by Ian. Got some people in the stands watching here. Can't really see them. Gotta get a better view of our bleachers.
And that's his first lead now, isn't it? A 3-2.
It is.
Nick took the early. Took the first game. Took the first lead.
Was it 1-1 or was it 2-0, Nick? I think it was 1-1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom's getting excited.
And so far, Ian has been getting really good results from his break. Let's see if that carries on. And what's he doing? He's going almost right down the middle, but just a hair to the left of center. And watch the symmetry, because he is so close. Here's what I mean by that symmetry. Well, no, not on that one. Didn't hit that square.
Didn't hit it square at all.
So a whole bunch of balls left in the middle of the rack there that didn't really come out at all.
Yeah, this rack is going to be pretty difficult. Not even a good starting shot here, except for maybe the 9 ball, and that's a tough shot.
Yeah, in racks like this, I like to re-break, so I'm going to be looking to make a shot and leave myself some kind of angle on some kind of shot where I can just reshake the dice, re-roll, and reset this rack.
Actually, solids are decent looking minus the 2 ball. I mean, they're all out and about. It's the stripes that are really clustered. So you don't want stripes here, and that's what he's taking.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not really clear, but you're right. If you have 1 ball in a cluster, can you find a way to chip it out without having to break apart all those stripes?
The 11 is going to be his only ball I see. Maybe the 10 if he could get the most perfect angle on it, but I think the 11 is all he's going to have to work with here.
Yeah, I mean, so if he rolls this in, he's got a shot on the 11. And he's got a nice little angle there, so this actually might be good. I like this angle. I think with this angle, he can roll this ball in and not hit the 1. He'd rather come off the end rail and hit the 4.
Yeah, I think it's going into the 4.
Or the 10. Oh, he did clip the 1. It was
see, I don't
squirted out wider. Got a shot in the 10.
Well, and then that'll work if he can come off the 10 into the 15.
That was a good shot. He's hitting the ball well.
Hit that nice.
Not getting any easier, is it, this rack? Now, here's the 13 off the 6.
No reward on that shot at all.
And even if you make the 13 off the 6, you still don't have any reward. So, his spidey sense starts saying, I've only got 3 balls left. I'd hate to get into a battle with any less than 3 balls if it's a safety battle.
Well, he also...
So don't make this 13 off the 6.
Solids were looking good. Now they look like they're pretty tied up, so...
Yeah,
see what happens.
So that's right. He's not selling out. Solid still has a bit of an advantage purely because they have more balls.
We just play this. Bust your 12 out here and put that cue ball right on the top rail.
And Ian has showed us that he understands that because he did earlier in that other rack.
Yeah.
Shoot Nick's ball in, didn't he? Okay. That's not bad. Got one of the 2 balls out of the cluster. Left it nicely in the middle of the table. I would call that a good shot.
Yeah, and it's better
Successful.
better than the shot I was thinking, because if he left a cue ball on the top of the rail like I was saying, well, Ian's a smart player and he would have really tied up Nick. But now he's kind of taking that shot away. Unless he can roll this up onto the 1.
He's going to nestle him right tight.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And look at getting ball in hand. Ball in hand would be very helpful for solids in this position. Nick has a real tough time. Well, he's got a 1-rail kick. He probably can get a good clean hit on the 13.
On the 13, yeah.
Yeah, off 1 rail, as long as he doesn't go too wide and snick the 8 ball.
And actually, if he just makes contact,
yeah,
see it?
That's right. He can see it. So yeah, let's make sure you get a good hit here. You've still given solids sort of an advantage, but it's not. You haven't sold out yet. Ian's going to have to work for it. Now, I'm not saying he can't achieve that because he's shown us that he does like to bust stuff out and he understands what he's doing.
Mike Patterson says, it's a joy to watch the match and enjoy the commentary while shooting pool.
Well, hello, Mike Patterson. Good to hear from you again.
And where are you shooting at?
On his home table. We installed a pool table for Mike.
Oh, okay.
And so he's got his pool table.
Yeah, that's what I like doing. I like when I watch King of the Hill, I'll set up some of the shots that I see on the table.
Yep.
And I'll be like, what if they did this? That's kind of how I learn, actually.
Yeah. And when he's bored playing pool, he switches over and he's got a nice air hockey table down there too.
Oh, nice.
But hopefully we see Mike come on out and play in one of our tournaments or come out and play pool here, so we get to see him again.
Every Monday, 7 o'clock, we have our 9-ball. Every Friday, 7 o'clock is 10-ball. And every Sunday, 1 p.m., here at the Mad Apple, we got our 8-ball. All minis, all tiered entries. Always a good time.
Another little tap safety here right behind. He's going to freeze right in there. And that.
Oh, that's what we call jail.
Is good. And he's hoping to nudge those balls so that 1-7 goes. And I think it does. One more interesting thing about Mike Patterson. The color of his pool table cloth is chartreuse.
Chartreuse?
Yes. So you have any idea what that even is?
I guarantee you my wife probably knows what that color is. I know red, blue, yellow, black, white. I know those colors.
Chartreuse is a sort of a yellowy green, lime green-ish.
So not the traditional green, but like a lighter green?
It's very, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Almost glow-in-the-dark, a luminous green, but it doesn't glow in the dark.
Yeah, because I had you install like the championships cloth, the blue cloth that's here on the tables.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like the color at my house. I think I'm going to go back to the burgundy or maybe the gray.
Yeah,
I think I might go to the gray.
That's right. You had burgundy out there, didn't you, on your...
Yeah, and I don't like it because I was using that red chalk, and that just destroys your sticks.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of those, but burgundy is a very popular color.
Yeah, it looks nice. You know, it's a really warm color, but it's just not good with the chalk.
Well, Ian's happy with the result here. Let's find out how he's going to go about this. He's just shown you what his first thought was and changed his mind. Because why would you have to? You don't have to break this combination out. He was thinking about hitting the 4 and nudging these, but it's not quite set perfect. So if you do play this combination on the 1-7, the 1 ball kind of drifts into trouble.
Yeah, it could tie into the
kind of drifts away, doesn't it? And so maybe make sure you hit it hard enough and you shoot it up table. So that's why he's going back to thinking about this.
I like playing the combo, but hit it hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't mind this, what he's thinking about, but super soft. Just a little tap on the 1 so that you don't want these balls to escape or go anywhere. You need them to both stay down there. And so you barely want to hit them. From there, he's got too much angle. I think he's got to put the cue ball kind of more in front of the 15.
Yeah, from here, he's going to push the 1.
You want to roll this 4 ball in dead weight and just barely tap the 1.
Yeah, keep the 1 on the top.
Here, he's got more angle, so I kind of see this potentially getting losing control of these balls.
Nope.
Yeah, went right into it.
Uh-oh. This is going to be tough.
Well, he's okay.
Unless he's going to have to run into the 1 and just make sure he controls the cue ball.
Yeah, and
enough.
I think he can hit this low but very, very soft. And get a nice friendly bump on the 1 and bump the 1 towards the other corner pocket. Just keep it on the close to the rail.
Supkiss says her pool is red.
Supkiss.
Yeah, she's the one that lives out on the mountain out there in New York.
Now, is that the same last name as Jim Carrey's character in The Mask?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? I feel like it is.
Stanley. No, it's Stanley Ipkiss.
Ipkiss. So the tough thing about this shot is reaching it. Look how long his bridge is.
Yeah, and because it's so reached out, that's when you tend to overhit it.
Yeah, and as he's done several times, where you've had a chance to play soft shots, he's shown he likes to choose an option that hits harder.
Well, anytime you see a player stretched out like that, you'll always see him overhit the ball. Yeah. Usually.
So he got a little bit unlucky there, but you could say his shot choice gave him a chance to get unlucky.
Still ain't that hard of a kick shot here.
He might have a little spin masse shot. He's just bend this around the table. He's shaking his head. He's still calling it, though.
Yeah, but I'd go on the left side if you got to spin it in. He's gonna go on the right side of it.
Yeah, well, if you go on the right side, that spin flicks the 1 ball in. The spin kind of helps the 1 towards the pocket. But it's very difficult because he does have to hit this 1 thin. He has to really bend around.
Yeah, he's gonna kick this shot out.
Yeah, I think the kick shot's better. I think you're a higher percentage on the kick shot.
Yeah, and he's going to go off the 2 rails.
Yeah,
so the top rail.
You definitely because the 1 ball's so far off the rail that it's not. You can't aim sort of between those 2 shots and hope it gets one of them. But there's a big miss in between, so you have to choose: is it 1 rail or 2 rails? 2 rails probably is a better, sort of slightly easier shot. And there we go. He kind of went in between the 2, and that happens sometimes. But there was a big patch where you missed the ball in between those 2.
And he left Nick tough here. I mean, there's no easy out here. He's got a pretty difficult opening shot coming to the table.
Yeah, so what he really might consider doing here is going thin off the 15 and try and get the cue ball back to where it is now. So if Solids was playing from right where the cue ball is, he wants to hit this harder. He was in the back of his mind, I think it was a half-hearted attempt to try and get behind the 5. But he could have hit that thinner and got the cue ball all the way back to the corner where he started.
Tester of a shot for Ian, though. He's got a full table, a little bit of cut here.
There's a lot of things that could, different ways, different outcomes from here. You can make the ball. It is definitely a shot and a chance.
Did he just call the bank shot? I think he called the bank shot.
I find that surprising.
Me too.
Wow. What a great shot. And if you make the shot, no one can critique your decision making.
Whoa.
What a fantastic shot.
And I mean, did you see the ball come off the nipple there?
Yeah, I love that shot. So we stand corrected.
Yeah.
He liked it. He liked that shot before he shot it. And you got to go with what you know you feel good with.
We're going to take another look at that.
That's a great shot. Nice out.
All right, so let's take another look at this bank shot.
Proving that he's dangerous.
Now watch the cue ball come off the nipple here to get position.
Wow.
I mean, he almost scratched, but
gave himself a chance there, didn't he? He made that ball and gave himself a chance.
Well, yeah, interesting decision. I mean, he
Bold.
got the shape. I thought if he played it down like we were thinking, it was kind of natural shape to come off the bottom rail and back up. But there's no wrong way to get there as long as you get out, like you always say.
Yeah, and I don't completely, even though I say that all the time, truth down, I don't completely defend it in every situation. But I mean, in that situation, I mean, the result speaks for itself, doesn't it? He made the ball hard of the pocket.
But how can you argue with that?
No.
If you say there's no wrong way to get out as long as you get out, because if you get out, I mean, how is it
if you
wrong?
find a way to get out, no one can say you did it the wrong way.
Yeah. I don't see any way to argue with that.
I like to say that because it frees me up in my decision-making in pool. Because it is. You sometimes paralyze yourself over, well, is this the right shot? Well, what do you mean right shot? If it works, you don't have to compare it to the other shots. And
look at
if
this
you find a way
cluster. Holy cow. Everything all together.
Yeah. So you immediately start looking for which balls here could open this up.
Well, Ian's mom very happy with that bank shot. Clapping away in the chat there. So, I'm taking stripes.
Yeah? What's the plan here, Patrick?
I don't have a plan. I never have a plan.
then don't shoot yet. He's taking stripes.
I mean, he's probably going to go at that 9-14 combo or bust it out.
Okay, yeah, because he felt we had an angle to go into him. Didn't help much.
He's got enough to hit the 9, but I don't think he's got enough to make it.
And Nick hasn't played bad. He needs to make sure that his mindset, he just doesn't. He doesn't have to change. Keep going at it. Well, he's going to get a chance.
Yeah, and solids, he's just got to play him really tight here. The 3's got a pocket. The 1's got a pocket. The 7's got a pocket. The 2 is trouble.
Before we shoot a single ball, got to answer your question there about the 2.
Yeah, I think he can use the 1 or the 5, depending on where he's at. I mean, he's got some balls to use to get there too.
And sometimes when you're playing an opponent who is playing sort of super aggressive decisions, as Ian is, these complex situations, you can use that and lure them into shooting shots, which are just sort of pushing the boat out too far.
I like that, and I totally agree with you on that. Ian does play aggressive, and you can, when someone is playing that aggressive, use that to your advantage.
Right, because the 14's in trouble, but you want to make sure you do it while you have all your balls still on the table, because if he just starts shooting balls, he kind of loses the advantage a little bit. Or, better yet, find a way to break the 2 ball out and run out. So he's got an angle here. Is he drawing into it? Nope. There's still other ways, though. There's balls,
Well, he's running out. I mean, now all he has is the 5, I think, to get the 2.
All 3 of those balls down there could be used as a break shot if you get the right angle on them.
Yeah, I think you could take the 4 right now, just stop it and have the perfect angle. Oh, no, the 8's in the way of the 5. I didn't see the 8 ball there.
Well, 5 goes in the side, though.
Does go on the side, but
you can still use it as a break ball, and then you want to do
there
it
you go.
soon, because, I mean, when you play that break shot, it's nice to have the 1 ball there as your backup ball for your next shot.
I think he just got hooked. Can't use the 5 anymore. Well, he's saying he's going to spin around this 10.
And with 3 balls left on the table, you really don't want to see any more balls go into the pockets. Because that one now you've only got 2, and after you shoot this 1 ball, then you're forced into playing some either A, bank on the 2, and if you were going to do that, why not just get good on it earlier in the run?
Yeah, and I mean, if he makes this 1 ball, it's going to be trouble for Nick.
Or he plays a super, super negative, roll the 2 ball into the 14 and keep it there. But I have to say, I don't think he wants this 1 ball to go into the pocket.
Well, he kept it on the table. And left Ian kind of a tester of a shot.
Ian's going to play the same shot that I would, which is he's got a chance on the 10 to break it out.
Yep.
And he is going for it.
Now, do you think this is just natural, or do you got to hold this ball a little bit?
It's tough to say without standing behind it. Ian's the only one who knows that, but looks like he's just rolling it with follow. And he hit that perfect.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah, I mean, that shot right there opened this up. And that's the reason why safeties aren't as good as offense, everything else being equal, because even if you play good safety and your opponent's got a ball in trouble,
see, I like going for this 11 ball, get it out of the way, because it opens up the pocket. I like just opening up my pocket here. And he got it open. Now what's he got? Ooh, that's close.
I think he's going to feel okay about this shot on the 13. The tricky part, obviously, yes, make it, but negotiating. Am I going to brush the 8 ball? Can I get the and considering that, can I get the cue ball? It has to go forward. If he gets, there's obviously there's a shot.
Yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong here.
There is.
Yeah. A lot that can go right as well.
Yeah.
But that 8 ball, once he hits that 8 ball, it gets scary because does the 8 ball get in the way of the 12? Because that's what he's probably trying to get on.
Right. And because the 12 doesn't go past the 1, it has to go the other way. You kind of have to get out across to the other side of the table.
Oh, he just played
So he didn't like that.
And that was pretty smart.
He got away with it too. For a moment there, you might think the 2 ball was going to come up and save Nick.
Nick was wanting it to keep rolling. That's for sure.
There you go. Here's a kick, which you'd love to see go into the pocket.
This would be a fabulous shot.
Now that everything's open, you definitely do want to make balls.
Well, especially right now, I mean, yeah, he's really got to focus on getting a good hit here.
Good hit is important. And then if you get a good hit,
what are your chances?
You may get lucky.
Wow.
So Ian's nicely played safety, freezing him on the 8 ball there. It's paying dividends. That tells you he just didn't quite like the angle. He didn't like negotiating that little kiss on the 8 ball we were talking about.
I think he's going to play the 8 ball in that side pocket right there.
Yep.
He's going to roll forward here for the 9 a little bit. Get nicely on the 8 in the side.
Yep, that's perfect.
Maybe use the bottom rail here. I like using the bottom rail. Or not.
No. He's going to end up 5-2 ahead in a race to 7. And Nick's not done yet. His opponent's not on the hill. And until this 8 ball in, he's not even 2 away from the hill.
Ooh, and it hit both the nipples there.
It did. And it still counts. A little bit of gardening. Removes a hair or something from the ball. So let's look at Nick's demeanor over there. He's sitting there studiously, pondering and waiting for his next opportunity.
And Donna says, "Go Hurricane." It's a kind of nickname we bestowed upon him up here, or he had that name.
So
Can't remember.
Looks like his dad's coming over here. Oh no, he's going over to chit chat with Nick.
Yeah, he's telling him to take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah, like go walk away, get your head straight. So I think that's probably what you'll see here. And I think, he might be right.
Well, I wouldn't do it in the middle of a rack, would you? Or?
No, I don't like to do that.
Yeah. It depends. What I would say is this. If they're going to play this rack out, if Ian wins this rack and gets on the hill, maybe that's a time for take a break. If Nick wins it and is feeling he wants to keep shooting and keep his momentum. But Ian's done another good break.
Well, his last two breaks were kind of a mess. This is a good one.
Well, yeah, he's just slightly misjudged that kiss on the 14 and hidden the 5-ball a little bit. So I know what that feels like, to take a nice open table and turn it into a nasty, not so nice, but.
I was going to say, why not take the 7? Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Uh-oh. It was pretty good looking. Could have got a little more fortunate, but.
Yep. He's showing that he's not gonna waver. He's still gonna be aggressively go for everything.
Man, shooting up over the 5-ball onto the 3, full table. These are tough. This is a tough shot here.
Yeah. And that 14 ball is still causing a problem because now it really hinders the 7. And
7 ball is no longer a problem. Nope, it's still a problem. I spoke too soon.
From Stripe's point of view, I don't know if you can get to the 14 from anywhere. I think you can.
So Supkiss was just mentioning Ian will be a 500 very soon, and that is more than likely. And what happens in that case is Ian will be able to play in the Jesters for like 1 or 2 more weeks. I think we usually give him 2 weeks. And then after that, we automatically bump them to the front of the line in the Knights division. And then he'll start playing in the Knights. And that's actually happened here on the stream a few times before.
Do you know, in that other room with the other microphone, is that thing turned on or is the mute? Because I think Nick's dad's coming in here. Maybe you'll sit with him and I'll run into that little room.
You can go ask Chris out there, and he can turn it on for you.
Okay.
I might have to push a button here on the soundboard, so I'm not sure. But okay. I'm going to try to get Nick's dad in the booth here. Supkiss saying Donna will knight him. Oh, maybe we should have a knight ceremony. So we got Mr. Nick Leick Sr. join us in the booth. Nick's father. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, Patrick. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Got Nick started off pretty good, and then looks like Ian ran away a little bit here. So I think the plan was to go take a little bit of a break here.
I think that was a good choice. The thought process back in action, right?
Yeah, we got Riley Wheatstone subscribing. Welcome to the team. Appreciate you joining us. You got to get the mic. It's got to be kind of about this close to your mouth. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time hearing you.
Sounds good, Patrick.
Oh, there we go. We got you now.
Perfect.
So, that bank shot Ian made, that was pretty devastating. We thought he was taking it all the way down, and he ended up power banking and then got a fortunate roll off the nipple and came right onto the 8. And I was like, wow, that was almost went into the pocket. It could have went. The last 2 games really could have went either way. And there was one game where Nick had an advantage and he just let it slip away, it looked like.
Yeah, I think he's shooting some pretty good saves right now, too.
So who's at the table right now? Who do we got?
Nicholas.
Nick's at the table?
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
So his 14 balls in a predicament. So he's got to be thinking, how am I getting that? He's got the 12 ball to help him out, right?
I would agree with that, yes.
But he's got to get on the right angle. So maybe he's got to go 15-10, and then he'll be able to get the right angle on the 12 to go into the 14.
Kick that over.
Yeah.
I would agree.
He's got to hit it nice and soft here. He hit it hard. So now he's going to be in trouble here. Unless he thinks he can get at that 14. I mean, that'd be a small window playing for.
It would. Or he could play that 14 off the 5 in the corner, too. That's an option as well.
Yeah, I think he's cutting it all the way over to the left.
He is.
Tough shot.
Oh, he went for the kick.
Yeah. I'll take another look at that shot because where did that 12? I mean, it rattled out of the pocket. Hit it really hard.
Just before, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so it brings Ian back to the table. Uh-oh, sounds like we got MH coming on in the booth.
Hello, people. Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So you all set up back there?
All set up.
So we got
That's right.
3 people on in the stream here.
I can hear myself, yes. Thanks, Mr. G.
It's weird I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, yeah, they can hear me. And we've got Nick Sir. Nick Leick Sir. Nick Leick Sir.
Sir.
That's what we were just saying earlier. That's what Fong calls you. He read
Yeah.
it. It said SR after your name, and so he's like, oh, that's Nick Leick Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Penglaze.
Yes.
Honored to be here. And sitting in the booth at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiards.
Biting nails on the edge of his seat, hoping Junior gets a chance here.
Well, he's got... he's good.
There it
He's
is.
good. Well, I'm pretty proud of Nicholas. I mean, he's putting a lot of time and effort into his pool. And
Ian's body language there tells you he does not have a straight shot at this. Now, it's definitely possible to flick it in with a little bit of spin and a teeny tiny bend.
That looks pretty good.
But you lose. You don't have as many options. He is shooting straight at it.
Yeah, I think he's going to...
Needs to really stroke this, though, doesn't he, to get on the 8?
I mean, he's got the 8 in the side.
There it
is.
is.
Oh, wow, look at that shot. Interesting.
And Ian likes, if he has a choice between a soft shot and a harder version, he likes to hit the ball.
What did he just point at? The 8 does not go past.
No, it doesn't go past, and he's called the corner pocket. So this is either a bank into the corner, and if
I think he's got to kick it.
Yeah, I was going to say if the 10 ball's in the way for the bank, which it might well be.
Well, it's that and possible a double kiss if
he's got a kick. Yeah, and the kick is tougher than the bank.
yeah, I think he may have been pointing to where he was hoping the cue ball to end up with for the shot in the side.
Yeah, and he knew he had to hit that with a lot of follow, and he really probably didn't want quite as much follow, but needed more stun, sort of punch it through.
I do that sometimes. I'm better at pointing to where I wanted my cue to go than actually get it to go there. Okay, he is just banking this, it looks like.
There you go. The 10 ball was in the way. And the Nick Jr. fans out there gasp a sigh of relief.
Exactly.
And praying.
So this shot here, if he plays this 12 ball, he's got to let the spin do all the work to try and get around the 10 ball here. But I don't think he's doing that. Looks like he's going to go right into the 10 ball.
I'd be tempted to shoot the 14 first. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. That was actually a very nice shot.
Yeah, no, if you find a way.
There's a way to...
That was good.
So it is a good shot, and I like coming around the 10 like he did, but I like using spin to let it sit, like keep your work really close. Oh, now I got hooked. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that hurts.
I don't think he can see it at all either to get a safe on it.
I think he's going to have to come 2 rails off the bottom rail, off the side rail, into the 10.
Boy,
unless you go the long rail, you could go all the way off the top rail here.
Yeah, you were saying this 2 rails, the 2 rails that are closest there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have a chance to make a ball unless you accidentally make the 8, but
and you
on a
might,
combination. But
he might get a good bounce on the cue and kind of make it funny to hit the 8.
But it's needless to say, getting a good hit on this is essential. And it's kind of he's got his jump cue out. And that's good. This way he has a chance to make this ball. So I like that choice.
That'll probably wrap up this rack and put Ian on the hill here. Ball in hand.
Yeah. And Nick, sir, you were working. You work quite a lot with Nick, don't you, on his game?
Yeah, we basically work on the foundation, just his, his stance, trying to get 5 or 6 good strokes in on the stick before the shot, staying down, just some of the basics. And he's definitely improving. You got to spend a lot of time on the table to get that consistency down. So we're going to continue to work on that.
Well, he's still young too, right? Learning.
Yes.
I mean, still very, very young. So he's got that.
And this is good for him to get on the stream and get playing here, get out there and get that experience. So
it definitely tests your nerves. It's not like playing in a tournament. I mean, you get the nerves in the tournament, but when you're playing on the stream, it's a different type of nerve, I guess. I don't know. You played on the stream. You can tell us.
I would agree. Yeah, I thought, I thought I'd be a little bit nervous at first, and I actually went into it, and I just got my focus level, and as you guys were watching, I got out to a pretty good start, and then, I didn't finish strong, and execution is part of the game. You got to be hunting that 8 ball and getting it to finish strong. It don't matter what you make before that. If you don't get the 8 ball, if you're not getting a shot at making that 8 ball, nothing else really matters to that point.
Yeah, and I was telling MH before the match, I know Nick picked 8 ball today, which tells me he's been watching Ian and kind of knows a little bit about him because Ian is a very strong rotation player, especially for his Fargo. He plays a very strong rotation game.
Yeah, he's making some very good shots and some nice saves again.
Yeah, he seems underrated too. I would say because he's playing good.
Definitely, he has a good foundation, good form when he plays.
Sorry, I was just I didn't mean to do it right there. He gets such a good result on this second ball break that he hits. They really is spreading out good.
So yeah, we talked about Ian's his mechanics, and I think it was his first time on the stream, and I was like, well, he's getting some coaching from somebody, somebody's teaching him, because you can tell just by the way he gets down on the ball, and I believe it was it? I can't remember. He does the Cue It Up network. Is it Mindom?
Yeah, Nate Mindom.
Nate Mindom. I think he's gotten some lessons from him, and a few others. He takes advantage where he can. Long 2-ball shot here. If it goes, he's got a good-looking table.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no. This could be trouble for Nick.
Yeah, Nick's little roll-in safety there, of course, put the 13 ball in trouble.
Yeah, and the 1 ball, might be, there's some
He's probably going to bump into these balls now because of the 1 ball. No.
Yeah, the 1 ball is kind of in trouble.
Yeah, so he does have to do something with it. He's got a thin cut on this 3 ball and almost can't avoid running into the 1 ball.
Yeah, he's gonna create a collision
he's
here.
He's gonna let it go. The fact that he's got the 6 hanging over the pocket is good for him and makes it more likely he's gonna end up lucky after this.
And he's got the 4 balls and insurance ball as well.
To make the ball though.
So the 6 ball is definitely going to be a problem for Nicholas at this point, unless he can get behind the on the 12. It looks like.
Yeah, the solids are kind of blocking everything for Stripes here, so he's got to think about moving that 6 somehow.
There we go.
I might even want to consider playing safe, bumping the 12 and just dropping the 6 in here, possibly.
It's risky, that.
It is risky.
It is risky, yeah.
You hate to do that and then give Ian a half chance, which he takes, and you never get back to the table again. So what I would say is you wanted to solve your problems with these stripes up table before you solve those down table, because the stripes up table, the 13 and the 12, are problems for stripes, but not a problem for solids.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that, MH.
And so you got to choose which groups to go to go at.
Andrew Donald says, "Hey MH, good to hear your soft tones."
Andrew Donald's out there watching from England.
Soft tones. Soft tones. What is that?
What time is it over there, Andrew? On a Sunday, 9 o'clock, is it? 9:20. Greenwich Mean Time.
I know he was one of your biggest fans when you were playing. You had a nice little run on the Knights division.
Yeah.
And he was always here watching every match.
Andrew's my best friend for many, many years. From all the way back from southwest England, playing pool in the pubs.
All right, to get on the 1 ball here. Can he do it? This is going to be hooked.
It's a game of millimeters.
Yeah. So unless he makes a fancy jump, or does he?
Looks like he's okay.
I think he might have a little piece. He's got to spin around it. This ain't straight in. This could rattle.
He's hit it well.
Hit it very well.
Very nice shot on the in the leave on the 8 ball as well.
Well, this is for the match. Not an easy shot here.
Well, he's definitely played very well. Ian's
Yes.
there. He's shown that he's a dangerous player. And I was going to say he's going to be the champ of the Jesters for a long time, but really not, because at 499 he's going to get bumped up as soon as his number goes over 500, and they'll have a chance to play in the next division up.
Absolutely.
Condolences to Nick Jr. there.
Well, it's a good learning step for him, and I'm sure he'll be watching the YouTube multiple times to see possible opportunities. And
yeah, you guys should watch
back.
it together and kind of, work on it together, like watching game film or something. That'd be really good.
Absolutely.
But Nick, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Awesome having you in the booth.
Yeah, I appreciate being here. This was pretty cool, and hanging out with you and MH is awesome. And I think we're going to get some of this fine food here at Mad Apple. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the chicken wings.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to go get some too now.
Excellent. But thanks again, you guys, and we'll catch you later.
All right. We'll be back at 4:30 with our Knights division, so hang in there, and we'll be back soon. MH, appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. And Andrew, get some sleep.
All right, guys. See you in a bit.